We decided to introduce listening therapy at Green Park School because we wanted a program that was going to address some of the gaps that weren't being addressed in children's learning. We wanted a program that was going to bring some of the other programs learning together. And to bring those other programs learning together, we needed something that was going to address a connection between what children were hearing, how they were hearing, and how they were then applying that inside their brains to what they were doing. Because certainly for a lot of children that were working below average, we weren't seeing huge results in some of the programs that we were putting in place, and we wanted to try and make a connection and make a link. And we felt that the information that we'd read about sound therapy and what we'd heard about it was that it was a program that unlocked some of those parts of the brain that had been locked up previously, which had a direct correlation to children's learning, particularly with listening, with being able to focus, and being able to use the information they were given to apply what they were doing into the classroom. Hence progress in reading or whole literacy and numeracy as well. And certainly we've been able to see reinforcement of that it does bring many programs together, and the benefits are wider than just the behavioural and concentration listening skills that children get from the program. Yeah, the program has been very easy to administer, very easy to run. We've had support of the Developmental Learning Centre and Rosemary Murphy. The setting up of the program was relatively easy. It has music CDs and headphones that the children listen to, and it's supported by or with some physical development and motor coordination activities going on at the same time. Simply, we have a teacher aide who works with the children, puts the CDs on for the children, and just encourages them, supports them, and they participate in the program with her. That's how simple the program is. We have been able to fund the sound therapy program, fortunately, for the first 2 years through a grant from Pub Charities. That application went in, and they obviously appreciated the opportunities and the goals of the sound therapy program and what we were wanting to do with it. And that's been great. We're now into next year will be our 3rd year of the program, and we'll be carrying on with the program using targeted educational funding from our operational grant. The class teachers certainly were involved and participated in the selection program of the children. We were looking at children that were struggling with numeracy and literacy, and behavioural problems as well that might have connected to their lack of learning in those areas. They filled out an initial assessment form. They certainly monitored the children back in class daily as they were coming back from the program, and long term how the children were applying themselves to their literacy and numeracy throughout the year. Also at the end of the program they filled out a brief assessment on post data, which was followed up from the pre-data that they'd done. Children's parents certainly were asked permission to participate, and at the same time they had to fill out a history form related to their children. That history also does outline many other factors that can contribute to children's learning and developmental stages, that sort of just adds to the picture of where the children are at and why they're participating in the program. So it's quite valuable from that perspective. The data that came out was quite comprehensive in favour of the sound therapy. There was quite considerable growth in reading accuracy and reading comprehension around the group that had participated in the program, and the control group had also made progress, but it was considerably lower than the group involved in the study, and in some areas it was well over a year's difference in that progress. As far as the behavioural factors that have contributed to the children's numeracy and literacy, progress. Certainly the teachers have noticed that students are able to concentrate and be more focused and able to complete their work. They've certainly noticed that the children are calmer and less frustrated in their application to work, and children come back from sound therapy very positive with a smile on their face and always more focused after the sound therapy sessions. They've noticed that the gross and fine motor control has improved in all students that have participated in the program, and both the sound therapy tutor who's been administering the program and class teachers have noticed that, and the offshoot of that obviously is that their handwriting has shown improvement, and it's reflected in their numeracy and literacy levels as well. The anecdotal and hard data that we're getting on most of the students that have participated in the program has shown that they've continued to progress, and some of them have really blossomed, and that's emotionally and socially as well. They've come out of their shells. We're continuing to offer the listening program through our targeted educational funding assistance money, which comes out of our operational grant. Because we've seen the benefits of the program, the transfer of the listening, the focus, the concentration skills back into the classroom, and that has assisted the children with their, particularly with their reading, particularly with their ability to be able to negotiate problems, solve problems, and while their behaviour, while their focus, while their concentration is improving, the direct implication of that is children who are able to participate at a level that we'd expect in the classroom, and that's what we've always wanted from all of our children who are below average. I'd recommend that other schools certainly have listening skills therapy programs, because you want to target and provide the children with every opportunity to developmentally regain some of the things that they may have missed out on in their early years, or even maybe the first 3 or 4 years of schooling.